Welcome to PMDC Online Lecture Room. Dear students, my today's topic of discussion is very interesting and it is the history and plot summary of the novel Far from the Madding Crowd, written by Thomas Hardy. Dear students, the topic is quite lengthy, so I have divided it into 3 consecutive video lectures. So for better and complete understanding of the topic, I hope you will never miss my 3 consecutive video lectures. Dear students, in today's lecture, I will discuss about the history of the novel Far from the Madding Crowd. It is very important from the examination point of view. And secondly, I will discuss the plot summary 1 of the novel, and then I will give you an assignment. So let's start from the history of the novel Far from the Madding Crowd. It is very important from examination point of view. So it is Hardy's 4th novel and his first major literary success. The novel originally appeared anonymously in Cornhill magazine in January 1874, and it ran monthly wise until its completion in December 1874, where it gained a wide readership. Later on, Hardy gave it the title of Far from the Madding Crowd, and it has taken from Gray's elegy written in country churchyard, occurs in the following stanza. The stanza is given. So in this following stanza, Gray refers to the quiet and peaceful life of the people living in village. So Hardy has borrowed the phrase Far from the Madding Crowd from Gray's poem and used it as a title of the novel. So the madding crowd represents the crowded, congested and suffocating life of the city. So all the scenes of the novel are occurred in the countryside in a region of England which he gives the name of Wessex novels. So Hardy wants to imply that as against city life, country life is peaceful and calm. The story has been written in Victorian era when centrally there was a transition from rationalism towards romanticism and mysticism. So this has been reflected in Hardy's novel also. The novel has 664 pages and 57 chapters according to Harper and Brothers edition. Dear students, the second part of our lecture is the plot summary of the novel. First of all, there is the exposition. Exposition is talking about the setting, the characters and the time of the novel. The novel is set in Hardy's Wessex in rural southwest England. It deals in theme of love, honor, conceit, reliability, and it describes the seemingly idyllic but often harsh realities of a farming community in Victorian England. It describes the life and relationships of Bathsheba Everdeen with her lonely neighbor William Baldwood, the faithful shepherd Gabriel Oak, and the thriftless soldier Sergeant Troy. The characters of the novel are divided into 2 categories: the major characters and the minor characters. So the major characters of the novel are Bathsheba Everdeen, Gabriel Oak, William Baldwood and Sergeant Troy. Bathsheba Everdeen is a beautiful, charming, self-willed, self-conceited, accomplished and independent-minded lady. Gabriel Oak, a poor sheep farmer and then a bailiff, he is the hero of the novel. He is simple, steadfast, straightforward and honest person, and he is the first lover of Bathsheba Everdeen. William Baldwood He is the owner of a nearby farm. He is respectable, unusually serious, solemn, and sober. He is a gloomy person leading a solitary life, but essentially he was a sympathetic and kind-hearted man. He became the second lover of Bathsheba Everdeen after receiving a Mary Sport Valentine letter from Bathsheba Everdeen. Sergeant Troy, the novel's antagonist. He's a soldier, he's a young, dashing, handsome, but a great flatterer of women. He's an irresponsible person and unreliable man. The minor characters consist of Fanny Robin. Fanny Robin, she is an orphaned servant girl. Mrs. Hurst, aunt of Bathsheba Everdeen. Lady Smallbury, the maid servant and confidant of Bathsheba Everdeen. Joseph Poorgrass, humorous character, and other minor characters like Jan Coggan, Henry Frey, the old master, Kenny Ball, Mark Clark, Jacob Smallbury, Matthew Moon, Laban Tall, Pennywise. Okay, dear students, the plot develops uh, from Bathsheba Everdeen, where Bathsheba Everdeen, in the start of the novel, she is a poor orphan girl living with her aunt, Mrs. Hurst, and they are migrating from somewhere to Narcombe Hell. So they are like the two women on the wagon. One is Bathsheba Everdeen and her aunt, Mrs. Hart. They are coming from somewhere to Narcombe Hell, and Gabriel Oak. He is working in a field of Narcombe Hell, and he glanced an ornamental spring wagon loaded with household goods and two ladies on the top of it. For a moment it stopped for some missing or fallen object. The girl, looking at herself in a mirror, and imagined herself to be the heroine of several romantic dramas. Gabriel Oak watched the whole performance of the young woman. Secondly, there was a small dispute between the girl Bathsheba Everdeen and the gatekeeper. So Gabriel Oak was watching the wagon. At some distance, the wagon stopped for the payment of toll on the turnpike gate. The gatekeeper was insisting on additional payment of 2 pence, but the young woman firmly refusing. Gabriel Oak paid the 2 pence to the gatekeeper and asked him to let the wagon pass. Gabriel Oak had leased the small sheep farm of which Narcombe Hell was a portion. He had bought 200 sheep for which he had not yet made full payment, and one night, sitting in his hut, he was playing upon his flute. He noticed the two women taking care of a sick cow. Then he saw that they were the same two women which he had seen in the morning. Okay, then Gabriel, after some days, at daybreak, Gabriel sees Bathsheba's masculine behavior on horseback. She displays a very her skill in while riding a horse, and then she loses her hat, and her hat was found by Gabriel Oak, and then he returned her hat. After some days, Gabriel Oak, he had gone to sleep in his hut, and both the ventilation closed and with the stew burned. As a result, he fainted. Bathsheba Everdeen noticed at some distance a dog was continuously howling, and smoke was coming out of the hut. So she hurried to the hut and kicked open the door, and she saw that Gabriel Oak was unconscious, so she saved Gabriel Oak's life. Then Gabriel Oak, he fall in love with Bathsheba Everdeen, so he innocently proposed Bathsheba to marry him, but she ruthlessly refused by telling him point blank that it was impossible for her to consider the proposal of marriage Ultimately, Gabriel Oak went away feeling disappointed. Okay, dear students, stick to this topic. Inshallah, in another video lecture, we will start from this point. And our topic is very important from examination point of view. Many MCQs in previous papers have been taken from our today's topic, like for example MCQs number 1. It was taken from our topic of today's topic, chapter number 1 to chapter number 4. Which one is present in the character of Gabriel Oak? So look at, dear students, we have discussed the character. The second MCQ is also in 2016. It was taken from this topic. The third MCQ is in 2017, and the fourth MCQ is in 2019. Okay, dear students, you will find the assignment very interesting. After you start reading of the novel, read the original text of the first four chapters of the novel, Far from the Madding Crowd, and then summarize those chapters in your own word. This is your assignment, and it is very interesting. You will get many things from those chapters. You will develop, you will build your vocabulary. Also, you will learn some new ideas as well. So dear student, this was all about our today's topic. Inshallah, we will catch you soon in the second video lecture of our topic, plot summary 2. Till the time we meet, happy learning, keep loving literature.